mode.
Hello, and welcome to today's webinar, Data Protection Solutions for MSP. I'm Sarah Duffy, Marketing Manager here at Barracuda MSP, and I'm happy to be monitoring today's session. Today, I am joined by Kyle Marsden, Systems Engineer here at Barracuda MSP. Before we get started, let's do some brief housekeeping. If you have any questions during today's webinar, please feel free to submit them in the questions panel to the right of the GoToWebinar screen. We will be answering all your questions at the end of the webinar. At the conclusion of today's webinar, we will be prompting you with a brief survey. Please take a moment to tell us what you think as we are continuously improving the content and quality of our online events. Now, without further ado, I'd like to pass it over to today's presenter. Take it away, Kyle.
Thanks, Sarah. And thanks everyone today for joining this presentation. So I'm just going to start from a high level before we jump into it and just go over a little bit about who are we as Barracuda MSP. So Barracuda MSP, we're dedicated to serving strictly the MSP channel. A few highlights here. We like to offer MSP-friendly fixed monthly pricing to our partners. One of the big benefits is we offer a single-paned multi-tenant portal, as well as integration into many of the major RMM and PSA tools that you guys are using daily. And as you can see, we're currently offering solutions to over 2,400 MSPs like yourselves, which cover over 38,000 customers today. So that being said, we pride ourselves on being a one-stop shop for you guys. On the right, you'll notice the graphic here. We've actually updated our pinwheel for anyone that's seen our presentations in the past. So in our value proposition, we like to talk a lot about security and data protection, which is now reflected appropriately in the graphic to the right. So in the blue section, we have our products for security. In the orange, for data storage. And on the outside is the MSP green, which is the wrapper around everything that we do. And it's all centralized based around the Echo platform portal at the center. And then on the left-hand side, we have some of our key differentiators, flexible IT solutions. And this just goes a little bit further to expand on our previous security and backup messaging in the past. We have a partner-first approach, so we try to build real, mutually beneficial partnerships. It's the core of what we do, and really that's the reason why we're one of the most trusted vendors in the market. And also MSP growth. Business is all about growth, so by allowing our partners to pay a fixed monthly bill based on our MSP platforms, we allow you guys the ability to create a profit right out the gate by setting your own fixed monthly margins to your customers. So while most security conversations will focus on preventing attacks, a true holistic security strategy is going to provide the ability to not only detect latent threats, but also recover quickly if an attack does make it through. So first, we want to help you guys detect. So most organizations out there today are going to have latent threats that they're not aware of. So for example, I'm sure you've all migrated a customer from an on-prem Exchange server to Office 365 at this point. As part of that process, you've probably even inadvertently moved some infected attachments when migrating the user's mailbox. Or maybe your customers are running a legacy web server or application. Odds are there's probably something that's unpatched as far as the software goes, or some bit of unsanitized code. And those are the kind of latent threats that we want to help detect. So the first step to implementing a security strategy is to really start with a clean slate and try to just detect and see what kind of latent threats are out there. And we actually offer two great free services to try to help with this. So one, from the email side, we offer the Barracuda Email Threat Scanner. What this is going to do is it's going to allow organizations to detect these latent threats that sit in any existing Office 365 mailboxes before they can actually go and cause any harm. So now that latent attachment doesn't have a chance to actually go out and do anything malicious. And then from a network side, we offer the Barracuda Vulnerability Manager. So this is going to go out and it's going to detect any potential security loopholes that exist in a customer's network. So once we've gone ahead and we've detected any of the existing threats, now we want to go ahead and make sure that these don't happen again, which brings us to the prevention side. So Barracuda is offering a number of different threat detection layers across all of our solutions that try to help to ensure that the network, users, and any devices that sit in that network are protected from all threat vectors. So for example, the Barracuda Next Generation Firewall, as well as the Barracuda Essentials, utilize our cloud-based advanced threat protection technology to try to detonate zero-hour polymorphic malware in real time using our CPU-emulated sandbox. The Barracuda Essentials email security service, for example, also provides URL protection that come included in any emails. So we're going to continuously protect users from email-based phishing attacks. And then we offer the Barracuda Web Application Firewall to try to prevent hackers from exploiting any vulnerabilities in websites or web applications, which come available as both an on-premises or cloud-based solution. And then lastly, inevitably, some attacks may make it through, even though we've taken all the appropriate steps up until this point. We want to be there to help you recover from any kind of attacks as well. So last but not least, any good backup and recovery plan should be the cornerstone of security strategy. So Barracuda Backup is a comprehensive cloud integrated solution designed for protecting your data. It's really simple to deploy, and it can quickly or granularly recover your customers' data. And it also allows you to back up in the same on-prem appliance, or you can replicate any of that data to our cloud as well. So backup is what we're going to actually focus the remainder of this presentation on today. So we'll start with Barracuda Essentials for Office 365. So first, we're going to talk about the Office 365 customers and how can we go ahead and try to protect those emails and files within Exchange Online, OneDrive for Business, SharePoint Online. We're going to try to help you guys do that through an automated backup solution that protects against corruption and unintended deletion of emails. So for all of its benefits, Microsoft Office 365 provides a basic backup capability built in, but it gives you limited data retention. There's no automated scheduling of backups. With our cloud-to-cloud backup through Barracuda Essentials, we're actually bringing layered protection to these Office 365 environments. So we're offering fully customizable scheduling and retention policies, flexible data recovery options, so you can either restore data or you can actually go ahead and download it remotely. The same simple per-user pricing, fixed cost there. We're trying to offer one solution to protect all of Office 365, all of your Exchange Online emails, all of your OneDrive for Business files, and any SharePoint Online sites. So with Barracuda Essentials for Office 365, your customers can eliminate the risk by retaining any emails or files indefinitely. So even if an employee leaves the organization unexpectedly, we'll go ahead and make sure that we keep that data. So if there's any compliance to meet, we're within compliance. And then anyone that's worked with us in the past know that we offer Intronis Backup. So Intronis Backup securely protects physical and virtual data with native support for things like physical imaging, VMware, Hyper-V. We support natively Exchange, SQL, and this is all done through our rebrandable central management console. It integrates with most of the major RMM and PSA tools you guys are using today. And we offer this solution with fixed fee storage pricing that's priced per SMB account so that IT service providers like yourselves are, again, able to rapidly grow your revenue and scale your own profit. So we've internally invested really heavily to bring our partners advanced services that protect the broadest ranges of business types and environments that you guys will deal with. And we aim to do that all through a single console. So these services might include file and folder level backup, full image-based backup. Maybe you guys need virtualization native or application native backups. We even still offer system state protection as well. So we try to offer business availability. So the data is remotely available. So any servers or virtual machines can store that data off-site. But you also get the ability to recover entire applications as a single unit. And then we also have automated failback for any kind of restores that need to be spun up to on-premise infrastructure. And Intronis Backup is also going to provide application availability and recovery that helps protect virtual machines or servers, whether they're local or protected off-site. We also give you the ability to restore to a new computer. So for example, things like bare metal for physical machines or the ability to recover virtual machines to another hypervisor. And we also provide the ability to instantly recover locally any of those VMs or servers. So I just want to start a little bit and talk about the file level protection. So Intronis Backup allows you to select one or more files or folders to back up. Recovering these files can take a few seconds to go ahead and select what you want to restore, or maybe you want the ability to recover entire folders back to where they existed. So we can go ahead and we give you the ability to retrieve these individual files or folders. We can go back and get previous versions of files if you need to go back in time, or we can even recover entire backup sets if a machine has died. We can also protect from the physical server level with image-based backup protection. So we can back up entire servers, desktops, laptops. These can be all stored as images, and we can restore this data either to the same or different physical hardware. We have the ability to recover to dissimilar hardware in the event that a computer completely dies. And with our imaging rapid recovery option, we let you virtualize a physical machine from a local storage to a hypervisor within minutes. And you have the ability to utilize our point-in-time restore features that allow you to go ahead and recover volumes from specific times that give you or your clients great flexibility for restoring virtual machines or physical machines impacted by any kind of data corruption or viruses that you see out there. We also have the ability to protect virtual environments. So the Intronis Backup supports advanced hypervisor native backup and recovery to protect VMs, specifically Microsoft Hyper-V or VMware environments. So our VM backup and recovery solutions, they leverage native VMware and Hyper-V APIs. So we're able to go ahead and get those guests from an API level. And that's going to allow you to go back and you can back up any number of VMs on a single host. And those can go either to the cloud, they can be stored locally, or I see a lot of partners actually using a hybrid, backing up both local and offsite for different recovery options. And then we offer application recovery. So specifically, you'll have the ability to back up any on-prem Microsoft Exchange or Microsoft SQL environments. And we can back those up from a database level, or in the case of Exchange, we have all the way down to a mailbox level. The Intronis Backup gives you high-quality data protection and the flexibility to perform both full or incremental backups as needed. And with these application-native backup and recovery capabilities, your clients will be able to go ahead and back up their servers non-disruptively. So our backups just run in the background as a service, so we don't have to worry about shutting down databases or anything like that. So the Intronis Backup will include features for streamlined installation. We have advanced automation built in. There's status dashboards, and we can send you guys email notifications with alerts as well. So the setup is really simple of this. Really, all you have to do is just go ahead and sign up online, and you can start deploying agents. So it's just a generic agent. Single agent can get deployed to whatever machine that we want to protect within the environment. And then within minutes of deployment, you're able to go ahead and you can start backing up data automatically, either on a schedule that suits your client's needs, or of course, you can manually start backups as needed as well. So once the software is installed, one of the first tasks that you're actually going to perform is to go ahead and create backup sets, where you're just going to simply select a list of items and tell the agent, what do you want to back up? And then within there, you get the ability to automatically select the automatic schedule that it'll run on. And this is all done through different wizards, so it makes it really easy to navigate, and it's pretty effortless to go ahead and select exactly the settings that you want. We're also going to allow you in here to set up, select an unlimited number of versions, so you can set whatever kind of versioning and retention that meets your customer's needs. So if there's a certain file or a certain database that's updated every day or every week, we can go ahead and actually restore to any previous version that you may need to go back to. So you can go back to yesterday. If you set it up, we can go back to last year, so you don't have to worry about accidental file deletions or overwrites. And we're also going to offer you advanced reports and notifications. So if you're curious or there's any kind of audit you need to see, did a specific file get backed up this time, you can go ahead and check the logs. And we also offer detailed logs that relate to backups, deletes, restore actions. And these are all visible through the web portal that we offer. So in addition to any kind of errors or warnings that were available, users can see which items were specifically backed up or deleted or restored during a given action. And this is going to be information that's going to be provided not only through that web console, but you can actually go ahead and export it to CSV file as well. So if you want to go ahead and easily sort it or save it for any kind of reporting purposes, you can print it, or they can be imported into other management tools as well. And we also offer backup email notifications and the ability to automatically generate tickets within Autotask or ConnectWise, for example. And any of these notifications or tickets are going to include links. So it's specifically going to tell you which account, which computer, even which backup set had issues. And they'll contain some of the actual error warning logs themselves. So if there is any issues, it's pretty easy to diagnose what's going on. So next I'm going to cover our physical and virtual backup appliances. So our backup appliance is a turnkey solution that we've been building for MSPs to support a wide array of environments. And we offer this with our subscription-based appliance model. So with that, there's no upfront fees, no costs you guys need to pay up front. And we try to make it really easy for you to get started in offering an appliance-based backup. So one of the questions is why an appliance? So there's several advantages to using a backup appliance for automated backups and offsite replication. A dedicated appliance like ours actually enables centralized management of all backup connections to multiple devices. It provides the local storage necessary. So if you do need to keep a primary backup copy on site, it's provided with that appliance. And it also offers fast recovery in the majority of the data loss scenarios that you'll run into. So while also providing this flexibility to store data locally, you also get the ability to replicate directly to our Barracuda cloud, or with our appliances, we can actually replicate backup device to backup device. So if there's multiple customer sites or you guys have your own data center, we can replicate the data there as well. So our backup appliance allows, it actually protects data using standard networking protocols from computers running a wide range of operating systems. Pretty much you name it, we can go out there and support it with these appliances. Other benefits of the appliance are things like dedicated processing power, so you don't have to worry about putting an agent on a machine and using production bandwidth. This appliance is built to handle that workload. And they also come, no matter what model you guys purchase, included with our proprietary deduplication and compression technology. So these are really built to increase the efficiency in the storage. And if you guys are offsiting any data, they're built to efficiently handle that transmission and really reduce the load on all production environments. These offer the ability to quickly and efficiently back up and restore customer data. So other solutions may be too slow, complex, unreliable, too costly. We try to offer this in a way that beats all of those. And the best part is we actually offer two deployment options. So these can be offered either as physical, traditional standalone BDRs, or we do offer this virtual now as well. So it's actually a VM that sits within your customer's hypervisor and utilizes their own resources as needed. So these are a few of the benefits kind of summarized here. So like I mentioned, these can be available as virtual machines, or traditionally we're selling these as all-in-one physical appliances. So the Barracuda Backup is built to offer MSPs a flexible solution to protect a variety of IT applications in different environments. So to do that, we offer flexible deployment options. This includes things like on-site protection. We offer cloud protection, and oftentimes there's a hybrid of the local and cloud protection going on. So this kind of flexibility allows you to tailor the solution customer to customer. So you get the ability to protect all of your different customers' needs. And our appliance is available with a wide range of storage options. So everywhere from 500 gig capacity for small offices to we sell appliances that are over 100 terabytes that are designed for data center locations. And all of the devices, no matter the model, they're all managed from a single interface. We try to give you the ability to easily scale no matter the size of the deployment. And this is just an example of the cloud control platform that these are managed through. So we understand that customer backup management can be sometimes cumbersome. Notifications can be vague or non-existent. Maybe you have to log into multiple different portals. So what we've aimed to do is to make it simple to manage a single customer site or multiple customers. It's all done through this single pane of glass interface here. There are different user accounts that can be created. So there's advanced auditing. All access or changes to customer backups are audited with logs, and those are all updated in real time. So you can pull those as you need to. You can also, if you choose to, give customers access to their appliance. So if they want to view a dashboard or you want to give them the ability to run their own backups or restores, they can have a level of access and you don't have to worry about them seeing anything but their own appliance. So I mentioned one of the benefits of these is deduplication. So we've actually built all of these utilizing our own proprietary source-based deduplication technology. So just for anyone that's not familiar, deduplication is a process that goes ahead and it breaks down files or other data into chunks. And then it builds those chunks into a tracking database to ensure that we only need to keep a single copy of that chunk at all times. And then for any subsequent backups, any incoming data is then compared against that tracking database to determine if we already have those chunks so that we're only transferring unique pieces. And it really not only improves the backup times, but it improves the backup windows as well. So deploying our backup appliance significantly improves the disaster recovery readiness by reducing the time it takes to get all of this data offsite as well through our inline deduplication, instant replication. So with the inline piece of that deduplication, as soon as we get one of those unique chunks, we actually start that offsite process. So it allows us to allow the data to be ready for replication more quickly than if we had to go ahead and actually back up everything locally first before we started that offsite portion. And then because there's no need to ingest the entire data set every time prior to the replication, the data can be moved offsite as it's backed up and deduplicated, which just is really a way to say that we're very efficient at getting the data offsite very quickly. So the deduplication actually comes in 3 different stages, and this is all designed to minimize the bandwidth and just optimize the capacity of the usage and reduce the overhead of the backups. So there's source-based deduplication where the data is deduplicated at the source before it's sent to the appliance. And then target-based deduplication where we actually deduplicate everything within the customer network across the appliance. And then anything that's sent off-site, be it our cloud or another appliance, is then actually globally deduplicated across those chunks that we've already backed up. So one of the use cases for these appliances that's worth special attention that I want to kind of focus on now is specifically for virtual environments and VMware environments. So we have a capability called VMware Live Boot. And what that's going to do is allow you to utilize the backup appliance to recover VM guests internally to another ESX host really quickly. So what we're going to do with this process is basically treat the appliance like a data store and expose the VMDKs on that appliance as an NFS data store, and then just attach those to another ESX host. And that whole process takes about 5 to 10 minutes per VM to get back up and running. For anyone using Hyper-V, or if we're not available to go ahead and recover locally, then we've also built in Cloud Live Boot as well. So Cloud Live Boot is going to provide you with the tools needed to perform recovery using the Barracuda Cloud. There's no extra fees for this. You're not paying for any hardware costs. There's no third-party vendors. And really what Cloud Live Boot is going to do is allow you to prepare for disaster and get the best DR plan in place without affecting your production environment or without having to worry about performing complex restores that require time and resources. So again, this whole process takes about 5 to 10 minutes per VM as well. So we don't have any restrictions on how many times you can live boot a machine. And these VMs can run for 7 days consecutively in our cloud. Another important benefit of the Cloud Live Boot is that it helps aid in business continuity through sandbox testing. So I'm sure oftentimes you guys are patching operating systems. Maybe there's some legacy databases or something out there that we need to go ahead and patch. And it can be risky if you don't know what kind of effects this is going to have on your environment. So you can actually utilize this Cloud Live Boot to just simply put a copy of your virtual machine in our safe non-production environment in our cloud. Go ahead, spin it up, push that patch, and if there's any kind of issues, no problem, just power it off and start it over again. But it kind of gives you an idea of how it's going to react. This also gives you the ability to test restores as well. So if there's different SLAs you guys are offering your customers, you can go ahead and utilize this Cloud Live Boot to spin up VMs and log into them and prove, yes, this is valid backup. We're all set with this. And as you can kind of see a trend, what we're aiming for is fast recovery. So along with the live boot, with the Cloud Live Boot, we're also able to perform BMR for any physical machines. And we do have the ability to restore guest VMs directly to another host as well. So if you only need a single file or folder from either a virtual machine or a physical machine, we can simply restore them, or you get the ability to download them from the browser. So we're offering you the ability for remote recovery as well. If somebody needs a file, they're not in the same location as the appliance, no problem. You can either give them access to the portal like we mentioned, or you guys can simply just download a file and send it to them. So the big news with these appliances too is that we're offering all of the appliances. So regardless of the size, regardless of the version, all of these appliances are going to be offered on a fixed monthly fee, and that's going to be per SMB. And again, big thing, no upfront costs at all. And it's all inclusive. So all of the features that we talked about today, all included. There's no additional fees, there's no add-ons, nothing like that. And we're just trying to keep the pricing in line with all of our other fixed monthly offerings that we're offering per SMB that you've come to love from us today. So all of the products that we've talked about, if you have multiple different product lines, no worries. We're still including those on one fixed monthly bill as well. And those are all going to come from Barracuda MSP. So to keep the trend going, all inclusive, like I mentioned, we're offering instant replacement, which is basically our hardware warranty. So if for any reason the appliance fails, whether it's accidental, whether it's malicious, whatever it may be, we'll go ahead and we'll ship you a replacement unit within 1 business day so you can get back up and running as quickly as possible. Also built into that fixed monthly cost model is all of the cloud storage. You get access to our 24/7 support team, as well as Energize updates, which allows you to make sure that the box is automatically kept up to date on the most recent firmware. And it also gives you availability to get a replacement box after 4 years of ownership. So we understand that storage requirements change. We're also updating our hardware internally. After 4 years of ownership, you guys are eligible to get a free upgrade to the next size up. So to kind of round it all in, we as Barracuda MSP focus on our products, our solutions, our tools, and all of our services, and it's all towards maximizing value, specifically in the MSP marketplace. So as partners with us, you guys will get exclusive access to our partner toolkit, which is packed with a ton of different resources. So right off the bat, we have a great searchable knowledge base for any kind of troubleshooting or just questions you guys may have. You also get full access to our library of sales and marketing enablement materials. So in here, you can find rebrandable presentations. We have marketing email campaigns. There's collateral you guys can white label to go out and be able to resell and just talk about these solutions. And because we're constantly enhancing our platform, the partner toolkit gets updated all the time. Also, our partners get access to Barracuda Campus, which is a great portal for self-service certifications. It's got training curriculum for technicians and sales reps alike. And these also include materials for our self-paced onboarding. So if you guys do decide that you want to set these up yourselves, we have great walkthroughs all housed within the campus portal. And then right from the time of onboarding through beyond, we've committed to our partner success. So you'll find that right off the bat, you guys get a dedicated partner success manager, which is an account manager to help ensure that you're positioned for success. And we also have an exclusive community that's open just to our partners, which is also a great resource for education. A lot of people trade best practices and just a great way to network with other partners. And that's really what I wanted to cover with you guys today. So if you guys want to get in touch with us, if you're curious for seeing any demos or any pricing information, please see the website, the phone number, the email address on